the first cluster of Mexican blue elderberries off of the bush in my yard. I am ridiculously excited about this development. Vegan prepper. Vegan prepper. It's a tiny garden update for the last video that I produced with my survival garden seeds, and so you can see that these two, the butternut squash, are growing very well. These two cantaloupe are getting nice and big. I have two more over there that are not quite as big, probably because they're actually not getting enough sun right now. Weirdly enough, that's not usually a problem. But here are my pepper seeds. Those have also come up. These are very difficult to germinate in my experience. So I'm very happy that every one of the pepper seeds I planted has germinated. I'm going to give them a little more time before I pinch them off and find the ones that I will keep in each spot. I might even end up moving them so that I have more than just these 3 spots for peppers. I don't know. But yeah, everything is thriving, looking amazing. We've got parsley, my kale looking great. I'm actually getting ready to harvest some of the kale off the bottom of each of these this week, and Egyptian walking onions are beautiful, going crazy. I've actually popped off a few of these and planted them throughout the bed, actually kind of over there under the kale. I've planted them out, and then they'll eventually form giant new stands of Egyptian walking onions. Yeah, everything is going great, so yay! Really happy with how everything is going. The grapes are looking fantastic as well. My vines so far produce very tiny grapes, like blueberry-sized grapes, but they are some of the sweetest, just most delicious grapes that you've ever had in your life. And of course, the dog figured out that I'm out here, so the threat, right? I'm such a threat. You can see over here on this side of the bed, we've got some nicely shaded parsley plants, and so they're looking beautiful in a nice, beautiful garden sage. So they're obviously in a very protected little kind of microclimate, right, with this tomato and these 2 kales forming a nice little area for these plants to thrive. Hopefully the parsley will really appreciate it and it will go a little longer than normal because it's kind of in this little protected spot. But yeah, creating microclimates is a great thing for certain things that might not take the heat as well if you garden in a very harsh summer. So having some well-established plants can really help some of those other plants survive and produce a little longer than they normally would. Dragonfly. Hello, little friend. I am back inside. Thankfully, it's only about 97 out there today, and so I do purposefully go out at the hottest part of the day, and that is what I do now, basically through summer. So there's a lot of gardening advice out there that does not seem to apply to gardening here in the Phoenix area. One of those things is, I've heard many times before I started gardening that you can't get water on your plants in the heat of the day. I guess the idea is that droplets will sit on the leaves, and if the sun gets at the right angle, it will like create the magnifying glass effect where it will actually burn the leaves. I have personally never seen that even one time, even living here with the sun as harsh as it is. My theory on this, I don't know this is for sure or not. Again, it's really important to know the area where you garden. But my theory on this is that maybe because it's so dry here, that the droplets will evaporate before the sun might find that ideal position to burn the leaves. It's possible in other areas it might be more moist. So even though it is not as hot, that wouldn't have anything to do with the phenomenon of the angle of the sun turning water droplets into little laser beams. You know what I mean? So I think It just probably has to do with how dry it is and evaporation occurs. And so, like I said, I've never seen that even one time. I like to give my plants a little shower with the water to sort of cool off their leaves. But the most important thing is to cool off the roots. And so I will just aim the water down to like right at the base of the plant and give them a little wash at their roots every single day at the hottest part of the day. That is my job for the entire summer while I am growing. And so you can obviously accomplish this like with a drip system. I think last year or the year before was the first time we installed a drip system. I had been gardening for probably 5 years, just hand watering. And I found myself actually a little more successful hand watering than with the drip system. We had constant problems, constant leaks, constant issues. The other thing that happened was Bermuda grass completely invaded our yard. And I think I don't know if it was the drip system itself, but that's why I had to dismantle my old garden, which used to be 8 beds, the size that you saw in the original in these other shots. And now I'm down to only 1 bed. That is partly because I lost my source of vegan soil. I guess they might have gone down in the pandemic. And so I'm currently working on fixing that and getting that taken care of. Regardless, the hottest part of the day is when I am out every single day if I really want it to be successful. Although, of course, if there's like some serious issue, usually because of the way I set up my yard, I can miss a day. But if I really want stuff to thrive and stay good, I have to babysit that thing. It's like having a pet, I guess, like going on vacation because you can't watch, nobody can watch my pet. And so, yeah, that's kind of I don't know, it's a give and take. So never look at somebody's garden, especially if they garden in harsh conditions. Don't ever tell them they're lucky to get what they get, because it's likely that they're working very hard for it. Now, granted, I do definitely know that I am very blessed to have space to garden, even just 1 bed. It's a huge blessing. But for me, this is a major downsizing for me. So it's a really interesting thing for me. It's the first year in a long time. But as I keep saying, gardening in the heat of the day. My secret also for recovery and making sure I'm doing well is to eat watermelon when I come inside. So at this time of year too, I've always got at least a watermelon or 2 in my house. One is cut up. Usually one is waiting to be cut up. That's the situation right now. And then once that one gets cut, we got to run out and get another watermelon. So it's kind of just an essential for me. But I have never personally found a better recovery food, recovery drink, whether it's Gatorade, whether it's whatever. I know some people have mentioned some success with coconut water. I don't personally have any experience with using coconut water for this purpose, but as far as feeling refreshed after being in the hot sun, even in like 118 degrees, when I say extreme heat, I mean like really extreme heat, even out there at some of the hottest times of year, coming in and having a little watermelon, just like within a few seconds, it's like, like I feel all refreshed. I feel good again. I think there's a reason that it grows now because of how powerfully it helps us. And I feel like it was designed that way. I don't know. That's not might just be me. I feel like it was somebody's idea to make sure that this was growing to help us at this time. So anyway, that's my thought on that. And I think that will be it as far as the garden update and chat today. Hopefully you enjoyed that. But yeah, that's what's going on with my garden as of the end of May 2023 here in the Phoenix area, Arizona. We are heating up, but we're not quite as hot as we normally get. And so yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. And I will definitely be linking survival garden seeds down in the description box. So far, I'm extremely happy with what I've been seeing, especially those peppers. I mean, the only time I have ever successfully germinated a pepper seed was from organic peppers that I purchased in the store. And then even those didn't really produce very many peppers. So we've got to see now what's going to happen with these, but I've never had pepper seeds germinate before. So I am officially 100% impressed with and behind survival garden seeds, and yeah, I'm thrilled with them. So definitely linking them down below. There's like some discount code or something you can get off of purchasing some of their seed packs. And yeah, I guess that's all. And as always, I hope the rest of your day is good and your life stays wonderful. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.